We will either enhance the reputation of our faith, will either enhance what people think of Islam, what they think of believers, what they think of Muslims, or we will tarnish it. We'll either enhance it, or we will tarnish it. We'll tarnish it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, in the verse, وَلْتَكُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, let there be, وَلْتَكُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ, let there be a singular group of people, a singular nation, our nation, Muslims, who do what? يَدْعُونَ إِلَى اللَّهِ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى اللَّهِ, that call to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يَدْعُونَ إِلَى خَيْرٍ, they call to what is good. Let there be a nation, a singular nation, who call to what is good. They call to what is good. To all of khayr. And what do? وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ, and they command to what is good. They bid what is good. And they forbid what is wrong. وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says at the end of the verse, Allah says that they are the ones who are successful. They are the ones who are successful. Because they understand faith. They know their faith. And they practice their faith. And they command to righteousness and goodness within themselves and within their families and within the community. What harms the community is when we don't uphold what is right to do. That's what harms it. What harms us? What harms the believers? From those who are detractors of our faith, those who want to spread lies about our faith being a faith of injustice and a faith of unlawfulness and a faith of aggression. What harms it is when they see brothers, when they see Muslims with Muslim names committing acts against society. When you read the newspapers and you see Muslim names who are committing, defrauding communities and people, criminalizing things, defrauding things, setting up business, and they have names, good Muslims' names that are highly valued as good believers. And what do? They tarnish the reputation of Muslims. They tarnish it. Are they enhancing it? They're tarnishing it. So that non-Muslims can say, we always suspected Muslims to be like this. Unjust, unruly, and willing to do anything against us. They're not of us. They're different than us. They should be saying they are better than us. They should not be thinking and saying they are worse than us. They should be saying they are better than us. When they see us practice, when they see us deal with them, when they see us interact with them, they should say to themselves, that is a good person. They should think to themselves, that is a better person than me. But if our interactions with them leads them to say that, look at these people, look at these immigrants, look at these Muslims, that's what they do, that's what they came here for, to cheat us, to rob us, to criminalize us. If that's what they're saying, then we have lost why the purpose of us being here in these lands is to call people to the religion of Islam. وَلْتَكُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ. Let there be from amongst you a people, an ummah that call to goodness, not call to shar, not call to evil, not call to criminal activities. Because what do we see? What we see is that there have to be in these countries, there has to be an enemy. In order for their economic wealth to continue, in order to put money behind weapons, in order to substantiate the billions of dollars that go into their industries creating weapons, There has to be an enemy. There has to be a boogeyman. Guess who they are? Me and you. Me and you. That's who they are. Muslims. Muslims. The names of Muslims. Muslims. Islam. That's who it is. That's who it is. We are the enemy. We are the boogeyman to them. And we prove it when we do wrong. Don't we? We prove it when we do wrong. We prove it when we steal from them. We prove it when we defraud them. We prove it when we try to get the better of them illegally. We prove it by illegal actions. That's what we prove. How do you disprove them? Righteousness. Practice the faith. Show the faith. Be good, upstanding Muslims. Be people that call to goodness. Be the ones that are forward in justice, forward in truthfulness, forward in the goodness that is there in our community, there in our religion. You are the ones who walk and talk the Quran. Be so. You are the ones who exemplify what the Prophet ﷺ is and was like. You, all of us, when we go and we deal with our colleagues at work, when we go and we deal with people, we are ambassadors to the faith. Not just in words. We don't have to give them a pamphlet on Islam. We just have to deal with them righteously. That's all. We just have to deal with them righteously. When Islam opened up the Far East in Indonesia, how did it open up Islam in Indonesia and in the Far East? How? On what hand? On scholars, not on scholars. How did it open up? Merchants. Merchants that dealt with them fairly, justly. Merchants that treated them fairly, that did not cheat them, that did not steal from them, that did not do criminal activities against them, but they dealt with them fairly and with justice. And it called them to the religion. It called them to religion, and they accepted the religion. They accepted the religion based on how they were dealt with, the fairness that they were dealt with, the equality that they felt, the fairness that they felt. That is what led them to accept Islam. That's what led them to accept Islam. That's what we have to do. As a nation of Islam, those who are given the greatest blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give to you, greatest blessing, we have to be the ambassadors. Each and every one of us is an ambassador, and we should welcome people to accept the faith with our actions and with our words, with our characters, with our ethics, and with our morals. We should invite people with our character. Overwhelm them with your character. Overwhelm them with your character. And they will come to the deen. They will come to Islam. Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu is narrated in the books that once he wanted to borrow a horse for a journey. And he took the horse from a man. And when he took the horse and he got onto it, he started riding the horse. One of the legs of the horse fell ill. It broke in the narration. And so he took it back to the man. And the man said to him, he said, you have to pay me for this horse. Because you left this, it wasn't this shape. And Omar said, bring a judge so that we can bring a judge. Anyone, bring someone. Bring someone so that he can deal with this fairly and justice, so that my heart, your heart is at peace. And the man said, bring Shura. Bring him from Iraq. He was a great believer. And he brought him, and they both explained what happened. And he ruled in the favor of the man. And he said to Omar ibn Khattab, he says, when you took the horse, it was in health. And when you brought it back, it was not. You owe him for it. And Omar was so happy with the decision, not angry, happy with the decision. He made him a judge in Iraq. He made him a judge in Iraq, a qadi. That's what he did. Because of the fairness of his judgment, he did not let, he is Amir al-Mu'mineen, he's in this status, he's in this plane, he's in this situation, he's in this, to dissuade him from judgment. The judgment is upon what? You judge according to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has brought. That's it. And then you accept. That was the mu'min of the past. And it can certainly be the mu'min of today. Certainly. But we have to be the ones who introspect in ourselves. And we have to ask what are we trying to do? Enhance the faith, enhance the deen, so that people can come into it, or are we tarnishing the deen so that people can flee it? That's what we need to ask. Certainly we should be the ones who are enhancing the deen. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين والحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه العزيز: إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا نبينا محمد صلاة والسلام دائمين متلازمين يوم الدين. اللهم انصر الإسلام المسلمين، اللهم انصر إخواننا في كل مكان يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصر نصرا مبينا يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصرنا عدوك وعدوهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصر إخواننا في فلسطين يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصر إخواننا في غزة يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصر إخواننا في كشمير وفي هند يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصر إخواننا في كشمير يا رب العالمين، في برما وفي سين يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصر إخواننا في سوريا وفي اليمن وفي العراق يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصر إخواننا في لبنان وفي أفريقيا يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصر إخواننا في كل مكان يا رب العالمين يا أكرم الأكرمين. اللهم انصرهم نصرا مبينا يا رب العالمين. اللهم فرج عنهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم الطف بهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم اشف مرضاهم وارحم امواتهم يا رب العالمين. اللهم اشفينا واشف مرضى المسلمين، وارحم امواتنا وارحم اموات المسلمين يا رب العالمين يا اكرم الاكرمين. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه وسلم.